He had something going on.
Right. So
Gotta have something going on.
You have to have something going on, man. You have to have something going on. He was just like, he just wanted to come and start lifting weights and seeing how that whole process was. And well, not like, because you were already lifting weights anyway.
We used to do it a while back.
Yep, we worked out at Mark's gym.
And
Back to the basics, shout out.
and then basically,
I tried to go there once and somebody stood me up.
You're more than welcome. You can come here. You can come to the house.
I need that.
Anytime, man.
I was trying to get you in here today.
I didn't want to come
Anytime.
in.
And we record in the gym too. So we make
Yeah,
it more like,
I mean,
we
I've
make
seen
it like
your
a,
stuff.
like a thing, you know?
I've seen your stuff, so
Yeah.
I know you
But
love
I
the camera.
needed I needed to get back because for about 2 weeks, like it was trying to do those at-home workouts. And if you can get really creative, like I've seen a few people on like Instagram who will like load up like luggage with like textbooks. If you're watching this, you know who you are. But and they'll do like squats, squats and stuff like that with like a backpack with textbooks in it and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, that's really I don't have textbooks. That's really creative. But then I was like, well, wait a second. Fucking Ron, you know what I mean? Like you're over here, and I know I'm welcome.
We still
over
have to
here
get creative.
anytime. We do have but you have a space, and you got equipment, and you got stuff, and you challenge me, and you also help me with stuff that I don't know.
But you've bet, yeah, but and you've better, but you've
thing.
from the last month that you've actually been consistent because you've been completely consistent. Like this first month, you haven't missed a single day. And actually, we've done like extra days. We've done like arm days for This week we kind of hit it a little bit hard. You see, like progressively, it's getting more and more tough and tough and tough. And just those little things. So when you first came in, you could barely bench press 135. You were doing 95, which was the 25s, and then that last one we tried to see how it was with the 135, and it was okay. So we figured you'd try it.
But not all my secrets.
But then the very next time, it's a long video. What do you mean the secrets?
Well, the point is, you get better regardless of what you started at.
That's what you're saying, though. Like because you're good at
progression.
Finding that.
Yep, it's the little progressions. Because in your head, you're thinking, "Oh, I'm not lifting this weight right." Well, hold on, you weren't doing that weight last week, and now this week, now that you did that weight, and you didn't actually get all of the reps, you missed it by like one. What was it? One?
I missed one.
The very last. It was the very last one on the very last set.
I got 22 out of 25, so I missed it.
And what was it that we figured out that was messing you up during the last actual bench press? Before this last one.
Me? Like,
yeah, real? I'm asking you. Like, what was it that the one thing?
I just couldn't get that guy. I couldn't get the fucking weight back off.
Right, but why couldn't you get it off of you? Because of the breathing.
The breathing was a big.
The breathing
thing.
was a
the
huge.
Breathing, but I've gotten better with my breathing because you would think that like you're fucking working out and you'd want to breathe, but I'll sit there and go.
And he would not. When he had to push hard, he would just.
You don't breathe.
And it's like,
and you're like, breathe.
The best explanation you could have, or the best example you can have for it, is: do you hold your breath when you run? No. So why would you ever do that?
Right. But to be fair, if you did hold your breath when you ran, your cardio would be a beast. You'd be like.
You don't need. I can do this with no oxygen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
People wear those stupid masks because they want to cut
right,
their
they want to
oxygen.
constrict
oxygen. But that's the thing. Like I wasn't consciously doing it. Right.
Right.
You know. What I mean?
You don't
like,
know. Yep.
You would think breathe, motherfucker, but it's just like.
And I could get that.
You don't get it.
I could get that you're not because you're focusing on getting this.
You're just
the task at hand. Yep. It's not like.
Yep. So then the very next workout, we weren't even worried about the weight. It was do this.
Yeah, and we got the breathing down.
It would be really hilarious,
you
if you didn't breathe for like normal shit, like you're driving and it's mad traffic and you're just trying to get through that shit and you're just.
But see, that's the thing. So then it turned into, all right, I know Ron's always here. I know Ron's always around, and we hang out some, we don't hang out. We hang out some, we don't hang out. You know what I mean? But then coming here turned into Ron has a gym. Let's just reconnect. Let me go over there a couple times a week, work out or whatever. But then that morphed into, wait a minute, A, this is a lot of fun. B, we got this going again. We got a lot of good ideas going.
Yep.
And C, D, F, whatever the fuck we're on. That's a Trailer Park Boys reference. C is you're actually helping me figure this shit out, and we're like, we've got to, because you said we're going to kind of section this off where we're going to have like our own little segment of like rebuilding me from like the ground up, so to speak. You know what I mean? Where it's like, all right, he started here with this amount of knowledge, this amount of strength, etc., and we're building him up. Because I say, for me, it turned into like, well, like I said, this is a lot of fun, but it's also very, very beneficial and educational for me because I love working out. Mm-hmm. But my problem is that I always work out by myself. And now that's not a problem. I don't mind working out by myself. But one, sometimes it can get boring. You know, sometimes you want your bro there to kind of egg you on, kind of get you going, get you pumped up. But also, two, I don't have anybody to tell me, aside from watching videos, I don't have anybody to tell me that's not right.
Right.
You're not doing this right. You need to focus on this, stop focusing on that, etc.
That's the biggest thing, because that, and one of the things about it is whenever it goes back to what Bob was saying, asking somebody for advice on things when it comes to like weightlifting, especially if you want to take it seriously. If the people are taking it seriously themselves, it's going to be just like if you ask like a veteran wrestler if they're going to give you, if they have any advice for you because you're like a big fan and you appreciate what they. Sometimes you're going to get some people who don't have the time, but a lot of times people will help you and they'll give you some of the best advice that they can give you, especially if they saw what you can do.
I guess I felt like I never wanted to bother anybody. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to go up to this guy.
But the problem is that's going to hold you back, because that information, somebody telling you that information is so much faster than you figuring out on your own.
Because I'll be honest, I only ever asked one wrestler one time to watch any of my matches. And that was Ron Simmons, because he was there by the curtain. And someone else told me, hey, you should ask him to look at it. I'm not going to say who told me, but like they said you should go ask him because you need someone like him to give you feedback. And I was like, okay. And he's like, I asked him. And look where I'm. So I was like, okay, sure. And I went up and I was like, hey man, would you mind sitting in and kind of watch? And he was like, absolutely, man, you got it. You know what I mean?
They don't get that often.
Wait, he didn't just say damn?
Right. And then I came back and he was right by the curtain, and he was like, shook hands or whatever, and he sat us down. He literally said, have a seat. And then nicest guy in the world. And he told me, and he thought it was pretty decent. And I'm like, wait a second, I got Ron fucking Simmons telling me that I actually had a half-ass decent match.
And because
but then he gave me a lot of feedback, and I was like, this is great.
But this is a thing that's just like any other skill that you're building. That's a social skill that you're not really good at, that you're literally saying that you don't like. You don't like it because it doesn't make you feel good, because you don't like dealing with people, strangers, whatever the case may be.
You gotta push yourself. Him pushing you, whoever it was that pushed you into that position right there, they knew that he's not going to get the information if he's just going to like a chicken with his head cut off. And just like even if you're going on YouTube, like whatever you're getting for like workout, like advice or it's like regiments. Don't think it's regimen, but either way, if you're doing that, even if you're seeing what they're doing on YouTube, that can't tell you what you may or may not be doing wrong.
Right.
So. Or maybe
uniquely to you.
Well, maybe you just need motherfuckers like Ron. Like you need niggas named Ron to help you get through life. Next time you're having some issues with band, you'll meet somebody named Ron, and that's the person you say, "Hey man, how can I get this?"
Ron?
Anybody in the audience named Ron?
I've had good experiences, Ron. So
how was this song, Ron? They can be like, "Well, this, that, bam." $1 million.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, but and you can grow. I can grow from that. I can learn those little things here and there. But the one thing I will say is like, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, kind of piggybacking on what you said. Maybe you struggle with this like a little bit too.
He's about to suck his own dick so hard.
No. I know myself. One of my biggest things is and it just sounds really cliche, but I am my own worst enemy. I get in my head too much.
That's true.
And I'll get a thought, like a negative thought, not negative, but just not the thought you'd want to have when you're doing something. And then I start overthinking, and then I blow it up to this huge thing in my head, and nothing's even happened yet.
And you're going to see that in all of our gym experiences.
Yeah.
You're going to see that so much. You're going to see so many times I'm going to have to be like, Jimmy, you can't tell yourself you're not going to get it if you really want to get it.
I mean,
you're not going to get it if you say you're not going to get it.
But see, some people are, obviously it doesn't work for him, but some people are, I don't know how to say it. Some people
do better
Yeah.
with negative reinforcement.
Right.
Like if I'm doing something and I'm killing the shit, and I know I'm killing the shit, the worst thing you can do to me is say, "Bro, you're killing that shit." Nah, because I'm just gonna be like, "Well, fuck it. I ain't got no reason to keep doing this shit.
See, I'm the
I done already killed it."
I'm the
Like,
opposite. Sometimes I do want that positive
no,
feedback.
just
I
tell
wanna
me.
know I'm on the right
I want
path.
you to be like,
But don't overdo it.
you don't have to lie to me, but just be like, "Well, you did this.
You suck.
You can add this to it," and then I'll focus on that while I'm doing the same thing. But the second you say, "Yeah, man, you did a good job,"
that shit?
I'm like, "Fuck yeah, you never see me again." Like, "Fuck yeah, like you're employee of the month, quit." Like this job, I can't do shit for this job. I've achieved the maximum level at this place.
Will Smith had a really cool thing. I'm sure I don't know if you've seen it or not, but but Will Smith has a really cool thing about fear, and he talks about his experience.
Yeah, one of the talks.
Skydiving, and he was like, the night before I couldn't sleep. I was worried all the way up until the point my feet were on the ledge of that plane. I didn't stop worrying until after I made that jump, and it was bliss. And he was like, then I got to thinking, all those hours, the 16 hours leading up to the jump, I was terrified. For what? Like, why are you worried? What you worrying has nothing to do with what is actually, it hasn't even happened yet.
No,
nothing has happened.
It's a good reason to worry. You are.
That is a good reason.
But the thing is like, yeah, I'll start building things up in my mind before they even happen. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Just do it.
Just do it.
So that's my thing. So